Hey everyone, I'm Joe, and welcome back to Dragon Age Origins. Sorry it's been so long again. I went on holiday at the weekend, and I was hoping to get another one of these out before I went, but it took a few days to edit the first movie reaction that I've been sort of experimenting with on my second channel, so apologies for that. I wasn't able to get it out before I went away. But here we are, I'm back now. I had a nice time. Thanks for asking. Right, we're still in Orzammar. It seems like it's going to be a pretty big place, so, we're still settled in here. We just got back from exploring the slums, and we're about to dive straight into a sort of political battle right now between the two people that are vying for the throne. Brian and Harry. So, what were they called? Bhelen and Harrowmont. Got it. So we've been in Dusttown. We've been round this side. We haven't gone around the left side yet, so we'll head around there, and then I think it's into the Diamond Quarter, and then the Deep Roads at some point as well, which sound very fascinating. So let's head around this other corner and carry on exploring. Like I said, it looks like it's going to be a pretty big area, this, so probably multiple episodes. Figor's Imports is closed and locked. That's fine.
By the ancestors, watch where you're treading. Oh, sorry. I thought you were someone else.
Nug Wrangler Boamore. Restrain yourself, Kevvin, once again. Your instinct will be to take your clothes off again, like I said, don't. This guy is not a pimp, okay? The nugs are not for sale.
I knew I should have stuck to common nugs. Now I've gone and lost them too. I'll never find them the way they skitter. No way I'm going back to that supplier in Dusttown. Guess I'm shutting it down.
Oh, we saw a pile of dead nugs in Dusttown. Were they his? These things dangerous? In a way.
Gotta boil them before roasting, but otherwise no, safe as sand. Some people swear they make good pets. May as well leash a turnip, I say.
Okay, they're eating them. If I see any nugs, I'll send them your way.
Good on you, stranger. Only need one to turn this around.
Okay. I wanted them to get him back on his feet. Well, like I said, we found a pile of dead ones in Dusttown. So over there's some others around.
Go on, I'm out of the nug game. Got nothing to sell. Good on you.
Okay, creepy corner. And we have a quest here, Dagenor.
Do you have a moment? You look like you're not from around here.
Yes, you could say that.
Oh, wonderful. I've been trying forever to find someone who really knows the surface world. I don't suppose you've heard of something called the Circle?
Circle of Magi?
I've been trying to reach someone there for years. I've sent missives with every caravan, but I never get a reply. I want to know if they would accept me for study.
Okay. You want to leave Orzammar?
I want to go to the Circle to study.
I assure you that desire will depart the moment you arrive.
I don't want to do magic. No dwarf can cast spells, but I don't see why I shouldn't study it. It would be a valuable exchange. Orzammar would learn of one of the great natural forces of the surface. And the Circle gains direct access to our knowledge of lyrium smithing.
That's admirable, but it's not in the best position right now. I can bring the Circle your request.
That would be wonderful. My name is Dagna, daughter of Janar of the Smithcast. Tell them I've already begun reading the Tevinter Imperium's Verticum Kadab, and it's just fascinating. Did you know the Imperial Magister Lords once had genealogies of every human family known to produce a mage child? Oh, I'll go pack my bags right now. I'll be waiting by my father's shop.
Okay, I hope nothing bad happens. Okay, back to the Circle. It's nice that we still have sort of motives to go back to areas we've already been. Although the fast travel is dangerous sometimes with how you can run into enemies.
Greetings, and welcome to Garen Garrison's luxury goods shop. Wow, there are a lot of you. And I've never seen one of those before. The things they come up with. What was I saying?
Those? You talking about Shale? Are you alright?
Oh, I was hoping you wouldn't notice. Most people don't anymore. Or maybe they're too polite to mention it. I had a little incident a few years back. Too much time with the raw lyrium ore, you know. Maybe it was a bad vein. I cut myself and the dust got straight in the blood. Since then, it's been a little hard for me to concentrate. Except when forging, then I'm straight as an arrow. Best work you've ever seen. Look around the shop. See for yourself.
Aren't dwarves immune to lyrium's effects?
Of course we are. Weak surfacers like you touch the raw ore, and you'll bleed from your eyeballs in hours. Weird seeing how big you are. Even surface dwarves lose it. Us down here, though, we should be able to handle it just fine. Only not too much, and not every day, and not breathing the dust, and not direct in the blood. Ancestors' own bad luck.
So working with lyrium made you crazy? It's a bit harsh, but I wanna get more information.
Not crazy, just a little forgetful. Don't worry, I'm fine when I work. Just look at my wares. I have the best blades here. Enchanted to hold fire, ice, anything you want to put in it. Right, best in the trade, you know. I work the ore myself.
This is worrying though, because if they're meant to be immune, and this guy clearly hasn't been, then that's probably something we should be concerned about. Or maybe it was a special type of lyrium or something. I don't know. Oh yeah, I need to go back to the circle anyway, because I've got that... Was it like a smuggling shipment or something? A shipment of lyrium that we had to deliver somewhere. And I was hoping that I get all my gold for it, because I paid quite a lot for that. God damn, that's a good ring. It should be for 87 gold. Not buying any more gems. You guys told me it was something to do with... I think it was because we'd given her a gem before or something, so the threshold is lowered, but it was a glitch that the number was that low. So it was something like that. It was a glitch, I think you guys said. But either way, I'm not going to fork out for that much more. We can get her approval up. Do we just give all the jewellery to Morrigan? That's not a bad idea, because she's quite low after we broke up with her last episode. Again, I'm sorry.
Interesting.
Oh. Right.
Interesting.
Damn. Thought you liked jewellery, Morrigan. Unless we're just at a threshold now where we can't give them any more gifts. Or she just hates me. There's a lot of potential options for that. But we don't... I don't think we have to worry about gifts much anymore. Like I said, I was just wanting to get them over the threshold of unlocking all the quests and stuff. And I think we've done that for most of the companions.
At least there are no pigeons here.
Let's go into the Diamond Quarter first, because that's heading down to the deep roads. So we've got a couple of side quests there, but not... There might be a main quest that takes us there a bit later. Right, Diamond Quarter. Let's see the contrast to this from the dust corner.
I heard the Dace family cut off one of its branches because a daughter went to the surface and married an elf.
What's wrong with marrying an elf?
I hope the assembly picks a king soon.
So the closer you live to the surface, the higher class you are. Unless you're actually on the surface.
I know. It's wild. It's a wild system. And one that needs massively upholding, I would say.
You have come at a difficult time. Orzammar is ailing for want of a king.
Right, she might be involved in a quest.
News of the hour! Lord Bhelen promises radical changes that will offend the ancient paragons. Have our traditions no value?
Okay. So we heard last episode it sounded like Bhelen was a little bit aggressive and possibly had a hand in killing his brother or his father, and his father didn't want him on the throne, but hearing that is the first bit of sort of positivity I've heard about him. Obviously not everyone will agree with it, but I do think there needs to be change. If he would bring about change, then maybe
public has a right to know.
Maybe he'll be better.
It's been a while since we saw a Grey Warden. I bet they're avoiding Orzammar because of all the trouble.
No, there's just not many of us left. This is it. Just us two. God, I love the layout of this place. I love when you get to a new sort of culture and it's so radically different to everywhere else you've been. Okay, this is Harrowmont's estate. Shall we go here now? What was the quest related to him again? Dueling Ferelden. Well, he wasn't in the tavern, so he'll probably be in here, right? Let's save it and we'll head inside. I mean, we'll get to go everywhere, I'm sure. But I want to get a sort of unbiased view of the two candidates properly.
Harrowmont is the rightful king, and you know that.
Welcome to Lord Harrowmont's estate.
Nice place.
We are honored by your trust, Warden. I heard there was a Grey Warden here. I am Dueling Ferelden, second to Lord Harrowmont, King Endrin's own choice as successor. Word is spreading that the surface may suffer a blight. It is shameful we are not in a better position to help.
I have a treaty obliging Orzammar to aid against the blight. Yeah, but he's just said they're not in a position to help. I would speak with Lord Harrowmont.
In an ordinary time, Lord Harrowmont would be honored to meet you. Unfortunately, we've already caught more than one of Bhelen's spies approaching Harrowmont under a pretense of friendship. So I'm afraid I won't be able to take your word. If you want to speak to Harrowmont, you will need to prove he can trust you.
How can I prove I'm not working for Bhelen?
That's a generous offer. If you mean it, you might attend the proving today. The Deshers take it very seriously. And unfortunately, Bhelen found some way to blackmail or intimidate House Harrowmont's best fighters into stepping down.
Do you want me to find out why your fighters dropped out?
That would be enlightening. Though I hope you won't pry too deeply into things they don't wish revealed. If you wish to show your loyalty, enter the proving as his lordship's champion. With your order's reputation, I've no doubt the ancestors would favor your arm. Bhelen would never work with anyone who humiliated him in that way. Harrowmont would have no fear of meeting with you then.
I don't want to start picking sides.
Then I'm afraid your only choice is to wait until there's a winner. Lord Harrowmont cannot risk his life working with someone of unproven loyalties. If you change your mind, let me know. The proving is this afternoon, and Lord Harrowmont could certainly use you on his side.
Okay, that's fine. I'm obviously not going to pick a side yet, but we might... Well, it'd be good to earn the trust of both of them, really. We need as much information and opinions of them as possible before we make a choice. Dueling Foreigner wants you to fight in the provings in Harrowmont's name. You should speak to Dueling when you're ready to do what he's asked. The Lords trust the first task. So there's going to be a lot more tasks after that. Great. I do hope we get the choice to sort of go down both paths. I'm assuming we will have to make a big choice at the end, but I want to see both of them. I don't try to blindly pick one.
Moving on.
Because they both have pros and cons so far from what we've heard. Hello.
Greetings, Grey Warden.
You must be under great strain with the blight upon the land. I will pray to the stone for you.
I'm sure that will help a lot, thank you. Letter from King Endrin, here we go. Take me to the Codex. My Lord Harrowmont, my guilt weighs heavily on me, and I know not that I was a fool. Only a fool would cut out his own heart and burn it for the sake of appearances. I allowed the Assembly to send my child to exile and death because I feared an inquiry into Trian's murder would taint our house with scandal. You've been my rock and my shield these long months, and for that I thank you. But I must ask for one thing more. I wish to discover if my child survived. Even the smallest trace will set my mind at ease. Send your men, your scouts, anyone who will go. Bhelen thinks I'm mad. He says that if word spreads of my wish, our house will be undone. He doesn't know that Aedekun is already lost. I destroyed us when I sacrificed what was most precious. Please, Pyrrell, help me. I come to you not as a king, but as a father. So was it Bhelen that killed Aedekun? His brother? I think they implied that. But obviously there might have been a justifiable reason for it. I don't know. It's not going to be black and white, is it? They're both going to have pros and cons. And maybe we've got to set aside the individual person and think more about the overall picture. What's going to be best for Orzammar and its future. Lady Dace.
This has dragged on too long. It's an insult to King Endrin's memory.
She's got a yellow health bar, so probably going to be important.
I hope you'll support Lord Harrowmont.
All right.
Alright. Take me to the Codex. The Assembly's never named a paragon with so little disagreement as there was for Paragon Aedekun. No naysayers, only a single abstention. His worthiness was unquestionable, his favour with the ancestors clear. But family rumour says that the man himself was deeply troubled, prone to fits of melancholy and self-doubt. Never satisfied with his great achievement in protecting Orzammar, he died cursing that he had not managed to save the outlying Thags. Before he rose to Paragon, he was of little note. The memories tell us that he never entered a single proving, never sought to elevate his place among the warriors' caste. He spent most of his years prior to the First Blight fighting skirmishers in the deep roads, keeping them free from surface bandits, content to live quietly with his wife and daughters. When the Blight began, it caught Orzammar in the midst of a vicious inter-house war. Most of the warrior caste was caught up in the feuding. For as word of attacks poured in, each great house demanded that the army be sent to defend their Thag. And no house would agree to sacrifice their own holdings for the safety of any others. The Assembly was so utterly tied up with the infighting that the Darkspawn spread, unchecked, to the gates of Orzammar herself. In the chaos, Aedekun grudgingly took command of the armies. He enlisted the aid of the mining caste to collapse overrun passages, called upon the smith caste to supply them with arms, and bypassed the Assembly and the nobles entirely. With his leadership, Orzammar was saved from annihilation. For his insubordination, he was made Paragon. Yet he always considered it a defeat. Okay. My voice is getting deeper and deeper as I was reading that. I don't know what's happening. I'm going to be talking like this for the whole episode now.
Legion of the Dead Warriors secretly wear Prince Bhelen's colors. Our prince has Orzammar's deadliest warriors behind him.
For such a short people, they do rather like their buildings tall.
Yeah. Massive doors as well. Okay, the palace. What has happened to my voice? Oh my god. Why is my voice... Dude, I was fine a minute ago. Right, let's take a look around here. Oh, I sound like Kratos. Maybe it's that second puberty they talk about so much.
The prince values your support.
I haven't spotted anyone yet.
Are you daft?
Are you daft? I both love and hate that voice. It's the fact that he's got such an American accent. I think it's American anyway, I don't have no idea what it is. Sometimes he sounds American, sometimes he sounds... Whoa! He said, "You idiot, this isn't the vault, we need to get out of here. Tunneling thief." God damn. Get him, Shale. Miss. She's missing. There we go. Still getting her dexterity up, I think. I don't know how else to have her not miss all the time. So they came in here looking for the vault, clearly. And yeah, I mean, fair enough, this place is empty, there's not many guards here. They're probably all out doing other stuff. Massive, massive cheese, that's what I like. Not quite as big as the one I have back in camp. But maybe we should restock. Liliana keeps eyeing the one up in camp. Many of King Adrian's belongings have been rushed into storage, including trophies of his long reign. Among the boxes is a small glass phylactery. The area is unnaturally cold. Dark shapes swirl around a slip of paper within the vial. Of course. The glass fractures at your touch. Whoa! Okay, this place is damn near haunted. Oh no, a revenant. That's not good. Okay, Nest to do some sort of like analysis or a scan on them to see their weaknesses and that, 'cause I've completely forgot. Can't stun them. Oh, is it immune to ice? It's immune to ice. Can I do vulnerability hex?
So be it.
Gonna have to try something. Okay, I've done vulnerability hex. I don't know if it did anything. It didn't. It did freeze it though, but yeah, it's still immune. So vulnerability hex did nothing. Heal shale. Well, what the hell is she gonna do then? Okay, electricity works. Mind blast doesn't work. I don't know if that worked. Okay, I'll just save up for group heal and stuff now. Yeah.
So be it.
Oh, jeez, Morrigan.
Very well.
Drink, drink. Oh, he does so much damage. I don't use group heal yet because it takes ages to come back.
Just so you know.
I think he's backed in a corner now, so I can't really get the backstabs off. Ah, damn. Why are those doing ice damage? I know I've got ice on my daggers, but I thought that the abilities would just do normal damage.
Need a little rest here.
Trying to get backstabs off. I don't know if that's working. Try vulnerability hex again. It's just using up MP though. That I might need. I mean, there's something that's paralysing it. I think it's probably Kevvin that's... because he's got paralysis on his daggers. That's working. That's working decently.
Let's do this quick, shall we?
Right, you just drink a potion. Why is he not backstabbing? Are you backstabbing there? I don't think he is.
Yes. Too fast for you. Here.
Be careful.
Saving.
Just keep healing.
Begin the onslaught.
I don't know if I'm hitting him at all. There we go. Honestly, well done everyone for getting through that without any deaths. Well done.
Let us go.
That was tough. It feels like powerful enemies like that, most of your skills don't work. So what you really meant to do other than just keep attacking? I don't think the vulnerability X works. He was still immune to ice. I'm not sure anything else worked. Crushing Prism might have worked. I don't know if she's got that on as a tactic, has she? Not sure. Her and Kevvin are going to be the ones I'm controlling most in combat. And I know a lot of people suggested that I had a tactic for her drinking Lyrian potions, but to be honest, she would be guzzling them. And I plays her quite a lot, so I think it's okay to just keep using them manually. I don't want to be draining all my Lyrian potions. I need to save a lot of those for the more dangerous fights. Something about the black vials? Cast from your host, may you find no purchase on mortal ground, bound by your true name as we are sworn to do. Nethermask Begal, revenant and perversion of a fine daughter. No more will you test the veil, nor reach the fate to escape. Andraste will hold you, demon, and bind your rage for eternity. 6 thumbprints in blood mark at the end of the text. Okay, so we found one of these before. So there's going to be 6 of them. Okay. What? Did I actually get anything though, other than that armor? I don't think so. Some heavy plate armor that requires 38 strength, and it's massive, so I'm gonna leave that.
Success.
Another love letter. Not really interested in reading those, so I can never find out which one's the new one that we picked up. Right, we're gonna circle around to the throne room here. This place is empty. I suppose they're all out fighting. This is the throne of Orzammar. I can see that. Caged in stone. The beast is foreign, but the need is familiar. Home and hearth suffer beneath strength and strangeness. These new kin of this Ferelden are better as friends than strangers, so we resist on their behalf and work with their users to bind with the stone. They no longer fear their skies, and we further our trade above. Lowered from above, cornered and coralled, 3 stand in position, 4 signals the throne. Stasis for the beast, so long as a king holds the throne, so long as a king wills it held. Nothing happens. Maybe I need to be a dwarf? Or something? Come on, it's about time we get a dwarf companion now. I was hoping we'd have one by now. What? What's moving? Hello? I mean, something's happening. Huh. Well, that's curious, isn't it? It's just when you're over here. Is it... I don't see what's happening, though. I think I'll have to come back to that. I've no idea what's going on there. There's no others in here, is there? No, doesn't look like it. Intriguing. Maybe we'll get a quest or something about that. Hello, don't mind me. Okay. Obviously can't get through there.
The prince's estate without an invitation.
Right, so... how do we get an invitation? What was the mission for him again? Second in command. In the assembly chamber. Okay. That is dangerous. Shipwrecked. Okay, this might just be a shop or something, so let's head in here. Ah. Shaper. Oh yeah, the Shaper. That priest, yeah. Help him establish a chantry. I wasn't massively passionate about that, but...
Thief! Who would dare take from the memories?
Perhaps you should stand over there instead.
Warden, I'm outraged. A thief in the Shapered. What have we been reduced to?
Did you get a good look at him?
I did. He was bald, with the most garish brand across his head. Almost like he took pride in being castless. Imagine. He's probably in the slums somewhere. As if he'd find a buyer for a stolen tome in Dust Town. They couldn't know the value.
A lot of quests here. Bald head and garish tattoos. He's a brand from the slums. I might have already found him in the slums.
Excuse me, I can't chat.
So the loss of the Legion of Steel? Paragon Caradin vanished in the 11th year of the reign of King Valtor. With the Paragon, the entire process for golem manufacture was lost. Expeditions were sent into the Deep Roads to track him, but the Darkspawn drove them all back. Finally, in the 2nd year of the reign of Queen Gaither, 126 golems, the entire Legion of Steel, were sent to recover the Paragon. None returned. The Shaper of Golems refused to support any further attempts to find Caradin, and the Paragon was officially declared dead. The Shaper never recovered from the loss of an entire legion of golems and never again allowed an all-golem regiment in the Deep Roads. Okay, this has to do with Shale, surely. This has to be something for her to do. So I'll definitely be taking Shale into the Deep Roads. That's where he might be.
Oh, pardon me. Were you looking for a particular volume? Not that I could really help. I don't know the libraries very well. I'm just doing some research.
What kind of research?
I was looking for something about the Orton Tig. It was lost during the last Blight, and there aren't many records left. They were a noble house once, descended from the Paragon Orton, who composed the grand epic of the Seven Brothers and the Ortonic Symphony. My mother's family believes they were descended from Kalana Orton, who was training in Orzammar when the Tig fell. I'm even named for the house, Orta. Unfortunately, any records would be buried in the Tig's ruins, somewhere in the Deep Roads.
Don't worry, I'm going there eventually. I'm a Grey Warden. I'm not afraid of the Deep Roads.
A Grey Warden? Mother always said that if anyone could find the Tig, it was the Wardens. I hear Prince Bhelen and Lord Harrowmont have both been sending out small teams these days. Yes, if you can find the Tig in any records, that could do it. That could prove I'm a noble. If you could. Maybe now that you're looking. It's almost too much to hope.
They're really building this place up, aren't they? I am actually quite scared of it.
Shh! They're doing very important work.
Pardon me for breathing. There isn't a dwarf alive who remembers the Deep Roads as they once were. They were the network of tunnels that joined the Thags together. To be honest, it isn't even right to give them such a simple term as tunnels. They are works of art, with centuries of planning demonstrated in the geometry of their walls, with the statues of the paragons that would watch over travellers, with the flow of lava that keeps the Deep Roads lit and warm. The cloud gazers up on the surface talk of the Imperial Highway built by the Magisters of old, a raised walkway that crossed thousands of miles, something that could only have been built by magic. Perhaps it is comparable to the Deep Roads, although we dwarves didn't need any magic. I suppose it doesn't matter anymore. The Darkspawn rule the Deep Roads now. When Orzammar sailed off the entrance to the Deep Roads, abandoning everything that lay out there, we handed over the kingdom that was to those black bastards forever. To think that there are gemlocks crawling over Bonamar now, tearing down our statues and defiling our greatest works. Corruption covers everything we built out there. Every dwarf who goes out and comes back says that it gets worse with each passing year. The foulness spread a little further. And the Cloudgazers think the Darkspawn are gone just because they aren't spilling out onto the surface? Huh. One day when Orzammar is gone for good, they'll find out differently. Those Darkspawn won't have anywhere else to go but up, and they'll do it. The surface folk will have themselves a blight that will never end. God. That's great. I mean, it's not great, it's terrifying, but...
When I last walked this hall, Endrin was king and Orzammar was at peace. The memories often speak of the swiftness with which change overtakes us. But it is different to see it firsthand. I apologize, Warden. I should not burden a stranger with such thoughts. I am Zebor, the Shaper of Memories.
How do you know who I am?
The Grey Warden's visit has been recorded in the memories, along with all who accompany you.
Let's talk about Orzammar, Lord Shaper.
Ask, and I shall do my best to answer.
What's the difference between an ancestor and a paragon?
All dwarves who die return to the stone as ancestors, to guide their families forever. But only one every few generations rises to paragon. A paragon is a dwarf whose accomplishments change Orzammar so much that the Assembly recognizes they've been born blessed. They are venerated as living ancestors and found a new noble house forever bearing their name.
And that's what Branka was?
Branka is a paragon, now and into death. She was born a smith, but her inventions caught the Assembly's eye. Before she had seen 20 years, she created a smokeless coal. It could burn in a cave without vents and no one would choke from it. It earned her paragon status.
Where's Branka now?
She went into the deep roads 2 years ago seeking out secrets of the ancient smiths. She never returned.
How did the caste system come to be?
According to our legends, 7 brothers founded our empire. The youngest, Bloadlik, was the wisest and was chosen king. His children formed the noble caste. The eldest, Giachet, trained his sons to defend their king. They became the warrior caste. Shotgyar founded the artisans. Orzatyar forged our first swords. It was Orzammar who dug the mines that became our city's foundations. The twins Koapar and Noct both founded trading houses, but Noct was wounded in battle. On his recovery, he swore to serve his brother's sons.
What about the casteless?
The casteless descend from criminals and those repudiated by their own families, or who chose to go to the surface and live by human laws. They have no ancestors to guide them and no families to claim them. They should not have been born. Their parents defied their shame and brought cursed children into the world. It's better they die young.
Well, a big fat fuck you, sir. Because that is ridiculous. I can't talk to someone who thinks that.
Our beliefs have kept us through 4 blights and countless kings. Consider that before you dismiss them.
Okay, this place needs change. Goddamn.
Are you looking for records of the Grey Wardens? We have many.
Ah, you return, Warden. Is there more you would know from Orzammar's memories?
Well, I'm not, very passionate to open a chantry, and I'm not really big on the chantry's sort of beliefs and stuff like that, and neither is Kevvin, definitely. I do think it could be a good thing to just have a little bit of change around here. Maybe that could pave the way for more change down the line. That's why I'm okay with maybe suggesting the idea of a chantry here, I think. Because I think this place just needs some change, and this could be a good start. I'd like your permission to open a chantry here.
That is an odd request, especially for one so new to our city.
I come on behalf of Brother Burkle, a cleric of Redcliffe.
I thought so. This is not the first time he's made this plea. My answer to Brother Burkle hasn't changed. So I ask you the same. On what basis would you have me insult the ancestors and overturn 2,000 years of tradition?
The chantry's charities could greatly aid Orzammar. Yeah. That's decent. Have the money coming in actually going towards funding Orzammar and helping it change. What harm would it do to let him preach? Would you rather wait for a human army to convert you? The chant must be sung from all corners of the world. Okay, I'm going to go with cunning, I think. We don't get cunning checks that often. The chantry's charities could greatly aid Orzammar.
What sort of charities do you mean?
I got a menacing achievement? Maybe that's just for persuading a certain amount of times. The chantry cares for widows and orphans. The chantry could provide work for the casteless. The chantry will educate children of all castes. I mean, if I say that, he's going to dismiss it, because he obviously thinks very lowly of the Castless. Would he really care about widows and orphans either? I don't know. If we say all caste, then that might be good. Plus, he's big on knowledge and stuff, so he might be okay with that, with educating children. The Gentry will educate children of all castes.
I am not certain this is in Orzammar's best interests. Our castes have served us well, but it's possible this service could benefit our people. Very well, he may hold a prayer meeting as he requested, if not build a new temple to his god. At least the words would come from one of our own. Now, is there anything more? I will record this conversation in the memories. I hope I do not come to regret it.
Okay, I'm happy with that. Like I said, it's just... I think it'd be good to just have a bit of change around here. As dangerous as it is to mistake a dwarf's caste, it is far more deadly to mistake his alliances among the noble house of Orzammar. Everyone in the city is allied with someone, whether by blood or by word. The nobles do not engage directly in commerce themselves, as that is the domain of the merchant caste, but they do serve as patrons. They invest in shops or in artisans' work, and in turn reap a share of the profits, as well as a measure of the credit. Merchants and warriors alike benefit from the service of a prestigious patron. The relative power of each house is ever-changing. It is usually safe to assume that whichever noble house holds the throne is at the top of the heap. But below that, things grow into a tangled mess. Houses ally with one another by marriage. They earn rank and prestige when combatants loyal to them or from their own bloodlines win provings. They earn it when artisans they patronise become sought after or well regarded, or when the merchants they invest in become successful. The degrees of power that these achievements confer is so murky, even to the dwarves, that it isn't unusual for nobles to challenge each another to provings over whose smith forges better belt buckles or whose servants have the best manners. Nor is it out of the ordinary to find two merchants arguing over whose noble patron has won the most acclaim. The rank of the patron is the rank of the client. Nor is this more apparent than in the assembly, where the Deshers, representatives of each noble house, meet. Although the king technically rules Orzammar, kings are elected by the assembly, and so each king must work constantly to maintain the support of the Deshers. Kings who prove unpopular find their heirs deemed unacceptable to inherit the throne. Power then passes to another house. It's just such a rigid system. Like it says there, whoever's holds the throne is at the top of the heap. Fair enough, that's straightforward, but then below that it's just so confusing. It's a mess filled with prejudice and being judgmental and just a confusing, outdated system that really needs changing, in my opinion. Tradition is fine, but not when there's so much suffering because of it. And that's true in the real world as well. So whoever's pushing for change, which sounds like it might be Prince Bhelen, I'm probably going to be on the side of at the minute, because something needs to change at the minute. That's the thing, it's not just choosing a ruler, it's getting rid of all this classism and the system, because Orzammar's still sort of falling apart from what we're seeing. Like, it's not just the two major squabbles, it's everything else as well. It's not united. This place is not united at all. Okay, I'm not going to be singing. I'll have a quick flick through. Oh god, it's about nugs. Brainwashing. Trying to get me to indulge in my deepest, darkest desires once again. I've got nugs wiggling their toes. Kevvin, put that book away. Don't put it in your pocket, okay? I'm gonna find that book in his tent later. So everyone's gonna find it under his pillow. Oh god. Okay, this is gonna be a bit of a jarring cut. I've just popped out for a haircut. I think this marks the third time I've done this in the middle of an episode now. I think it happened like twice during the Baldur's Gate 3 playthrough. Sorry. I had hairdresser's appointment in the middle of recording this episode. So that's why my hair is a little bit shorter. Also, it's all over the place. I know, I've just got out of the shower, it's like sort of half dry. I'm all over the place, but we're going to continue. We've got some more lore to read here, it looks like. The Shaper's Life. Ah yes, that prick. Blessing of the Shaperate is given only to those who walk with a stone. It is a path that cuts deep, and the road is far from secure. but those who desire to work in memory must first honour it, document the stone, protect her, and present a new history to the memories. Only then will the blessing of the Shaper be upon you. From the Shaper's life. Okay. Dwarven faith. The chant of light is almost never heard in the halls of Orzammar. This is hardly surprising, for unlike the elves who are literally abandoned by their gods, or the Tevinters who worship dragons, the dwarves have no gods at all. Even the concept of worship is foreign in Orzammar. Instead, the dwarves seem to venerate the stone, a name they give to the earth itself. This seems practical for a people living underground, if perhaps a bit unimaginative. For guidance in spiritual matters, they turn to their ancestors. These ancestors, who are said to have returned to the stone, communicate their wishes to the living via brutal trials by combat called provings. The ancestors' collective wisdom is maintained by the Shaperate, which can apparently store records in Lyrium itself. Set above the ancestors, above even kings, are the paragons, dwarves who have achieved such greatness that they are elevated almost to godhood. These are the great figures holding up the hallway that leads from the surface, the first glimpse of Orzammar, the outside of sea. Yeah, most of that's already stuff we knew, I think. Legion of the Dead. Yes, Stone's greeting, friend. You'll fight ceaselessly in the Legion of the Dead. The Legion accepts all. So I was told by one of the Legionnaires himself, a dwarf who waited quietly at the entrance to the deep roads for the rest of his unit to assemble. They gather slowly, each equipped with heavy armour and fine weapons, each painted with grim tattoos applied at their funerals the night previous. For that is the nature of the Legion. They are all dead. Any dwarf may join the Legion so long as he is willing to give up everything he has. The funeral rites are sombre, a final goodbye is said to family and loved ones, any material goods are dispersed to heirs, and last words are said, then it is done. The new Legionnaire marches out into the deep roads, never to return. The Legion fights against the Darkspawn to the last, striking one final blow against the monsters that have claimed so much of their homeland. Many join the Legion to clear the slate. Criminals join to avoid punishment, the dishonoured join so that their houses and families need not suffer on their behalf, the bankrupted join so their debts might be forgiven. A very few join for a last chance at glory, but the Legion takes them too. This group hopes to reach the fabled fortress of Baldur, once the Legion's home, associated with the greatest of their paragons. Baldur is a holy place, it's lost the great last blow against the dwarven kingdoms, and its recapture would be a glorious signal to all of Orzammar. But capture it or not, all of these warriors will die in the deep roads. There's a sobering thought, and I now know why the dwarves say the Legion's charge is the battlefield's most frightening sight. They have nothing left to lose. God damn, everything about this area is incredible. The lore, everything. In praise of the humble Nug. I'll read that later. We've heard enough about Nugs, I think. Like I said, Kevvin's getting a bit too obsessed with them, I think. Right, let's get an autosave. Thank you very much. And now we go into the chamber assembly, I think, and then we can head back to that priest and go from there. Okay, Vartag.
Warden, it is always a blessing for Orzammar to host your order. I am Vartag Devorn, top advisor to our good Prince Bhelen. What news do you bring?
You know who I am?
It would be hard not to notice the Grey Warden and his eclectic entourage. I hear you seek the aid of Orzammar's finest.
I need aid against the Blight.
Yes, the treaty. I've seen it in the Shaper's libraries. Now the difficulty is that the treaty only compels our king, and we are sadly lacking one of those right now.
Is there some way I could help?
My prince is the rightful king, but a disappointing number of lords back the upstart Harrowmont for the throne. If you show your support for Prince Bhelen, he might be able to assist with your requests.
What do I need to do?
Harrowmont promised the same portion of his estate to two different Deshers, Lady Dace and Lord Helmy. Harrowmont can't possibly grant it to both of them, but they won't find out until after the vote is cast. I have copies of the promissory notes Harrowmont gave each of them. Once they see those, they should both reconsider their votes.
Where'd you get the promissory notes?
That's not important. If they ask, say you found them while searching the Shaper's libraries for your treaty.
Isn't there someone you could report him to?
Normally, the Shapers would handle this sort of accusation. They are the scholars who manage our laws, histories, and genealogies. They are the final arbiters of all disputes in Orzammar. Unfortunately, the Shaper of Memories is the most important among them. And his grandfather was Lord Harrowmont's aunt's first cousin. Obviously, we cannot expect him to offer an unbiased opinion.
He told a distant relative over his duty?
I guess I can't expect you surfacers to understand the importance of family in Orzammar. The Shaper is biased, and if you want Prince Bhelen's help, you'll have to show where your loyalties lie. Will you do it?
Well, this seems a little bit less sort of... You know, if we were to fight as Harrowmont's champion or whatever the other guy asked us to do, it would be quite obvious that we were with Harrowmont, whereas this seems a little bit more subtle. So I think I might actually do this. And then hopefully we can at least get a chance to talk to Bhelen. I'll find Lady Dace and Lord Helmy right now.
Lady Dace doesn't leave the quarter much, but Lord Helmy's adventurous, likes to spend his time at tapsters in the Commons. Remember, don't tell them you got these papers from me. You learned of them and drew your own conclusions.
Yeah. I'll do this. It's a little bit more subtle. So we might still get a chance to talk to Harrowmont after we've done this, hopefully.
The assembly is in session. Enter quietly if you wish to observe.
Oh, should I... Steward Bandalore? Likely place to start looking for a solution. Well, it says we should start looking for a solution there, so maybe we should go in and talk to the steward first, before we outrightly pick a side.
Your mind has gone to dust if you think we would pass such a writ. Half our houses would go broke without the surface trade.
The proposal is only effective until we have a king to ensure we are respected by the surfacers.
Leaving you conveniently positioned to take over all contracts. I'll see your head on a pike first.
Deshers, lords and ladies of the assembly. I've already doubled the guard to prevent violence. Must I summon more?
Steward Bandalore, Bhelen's sympathizers are tying our hands with trivialities. They may as well open us to the sky.
I suggest we put the matter to a vote.
And I suggest you have a taste of my family's mace. Enough. The assembly is in recess until the members can regain control of their emotions.
My god, how on earth are we going to unite these people? They are so... just... argumentative and shattered. They're shattered in half.
Stone-forsaken fools and dusters. I'm sorry. This is the assembly of the clans. Only Deshers and occasional guests of state are allowed in.
You don't recognize a Grey Warden?
Forgive me. I am so exhausted. I completely forgot about the message from the gate guard. Welcome to Orzammar, Warden. I hope you can forgive our unrest. The loss of our king has hit us hard. Respect for your role is great, but you won't receive a proper hearing until we have a king on the throne.
Okay, this guy seems quite nice. Is there any way I can break this stalemate?
I must admit, Warden, I am at a loss myself. It lies with Prince Bhelen or Lord Harrowmont, and they are slow to trust anyone in these uncertain times. I only wish there was more I could do for you. Warden, I'm afraid the assembly is still locked in debate. What can I do for you?
How is the election looking now?
At this point, they're stone for stone. I wouldn't put any coin on the outcome. It's still up in the air, though. One big surprise, and it could go either way. Warden, I'm afraid the assembly is still locked in debate. What can I do for you?
Who is on the assembly?
Only members of the noblest houses are eligible. Those who claim a Desher, General, or Paragon among their ancestors. As steward, I am a non-voting member. I'm not permitted to voice opinions about the vote, although I am forming some about our members. I must admit, Warden, I only...
Well, we're in a tough position then, aren't we? I think we're at the point where we just have to pick one of them. And then whoever we help the most, I guess, is gonna win the vote. But I don't know enough about either of them. The only thing we've heard of Bhelen is that he wants to change stuff and alter traditions, which is good, but we also heard that he might have had a hand in his brother's or his father's death. We haven't heard anything about Harrowmont's policies or anything. But the king chose him as his next heir. And clearly was well liked and trusted, but we need to think, you know, wider. We need to think about Orzammar itself and who's going to be better for the place in the future. But I just don't know enough about either of them. I mean, we know here that Harrowmont is cheating. Apparently, I mean, he says he's cheating. Obviously, he might be lying, but...
Do you see how things lie, Warden? Lord Harrowmont cannot trust you unproven, but he welcomes a good faith gesture.
What do you ask me to do again? Yeah, he wants me to be a warrior in the Proving.
Bhelen is hosting a proving tournament to honor his father's memory, but he somehow scared off most of Lord Harrowmont's fighters. If you can enter as Harrowmont's champion, you would prove your dedication well. Have you decided then? Will you enter the provings in Harrowmont's name?
I still haven't decided if I want to help you.
Do not tarry. The proving starts this afternoon.
Okay, this guy all about ambush me. I think I'm going to stick with the prince for now, just because he's the only one who I've heard anything about their policies. And that was from just like a town crier, essentially. Third of King Indrin's children, Bhelen has always been considered the last and least of his family. Not the heir, nor the favourite, and not as accomplished as either sibling. Bhelen's most notable trait was his ability to stay out of trouble. That doesn't tell me anything! One of the oldest noble houses, as well as Orzammar itself, Indrin's most trusted advisor. Well known for being an able administrator and the author of many compromises in the ever-warring assembly. But that doesn't tell me anything about his actual policies. Oh god. I don't like this. I feel like I just have to just pick one and go with it. What if we do all the other side stuff first and see if we can get a little bit more insight into either of them?
Raise your voice in favor of Lord Bhelen.
So I'm a bit lost at the minute. I mean, shall I just do this? It seems more subtle than being the actual champion in the fight, so...
What do you want? Ah, I suppose you're the Grey Warden everyone's talking about.
Yes, I'm Kevvin.
It's fascinating the surface has an entire order dedicated to fighting Darkspawn. Down here, that's just what fighting means. But I'm sure it's more difficult on the surface. It must be much harder to find them.
Are you Lady Dace?
I am. And what business would you have with me?
You might want to look at these papers.
Well, this isn't exactly a surface broadsheet. Where did you get these? Never mind. It is true enough, but there's nothing I can do about it. This deal was made on behalf of our entire house. Only my father can revoke it.
Where is he? I'll bring these to him.
He is leading a deep roads expedition, trying to secure an ancient thaig. It's unlikely he'll be back before the election, but perhaps this vote is important enough for you to brave the tunnels to tell him? The Dace family would be in your debt.
Oh. How would I know where to find your father?
He was searching an old Idukan site. He left me with this map, in case his expedition never returned. I'll give you a pass as well. Usually, no one is allowed past the front lines. Does that mean you'll go?
Yes, I'll leave right now.
So Bhelen's victory means enough for you to risk your life. How interesting.
Lady, I don't know what I'm doing, okay? So... Oh god, I'm confused. I'm a little bit confused. I mean, if we enter and fight in Harrowmont's name, that's Bhelen done, surely. We can't side with him. But now, if we want to side with the prince, I've got to head into the deep roads. I just don't know enough about either of them. we've been given lore about, like, Orzammar itself, obviously, but we haven't really been given much about those two. Is there anything about their families, like, maybe Harrowmont embraces tradition or something, and Bhelen's the opposite? We don't even know if Bhelen did have a hand in killing any of his family members. We'll go back to that priest. Around here. Hello. You wrangle the gnome into a box ready for delivery to Boamore. Where was he again? He was in... there. Dude! You didn't hear it squeaking from over there?
What about the expenses your good friend Jarvia incurs when providing your protection? It's not easy ensuring nothing bad happens, that no one decides to just burn everything in your store.
My store! Please, I don't have much. Business isn't good. People are scared. Tell Jarvia I'll get her money.
Jarvia is not happy with your promises, old man. Now let's go inside and see what you've been holding back.
I'm going in. Whoa. There's a lot of guys in here.
This is all I have right now. I could get more if I sell something.
Well, well. Looks like we have a visitor. Friend of yours?
Is there a problem here, friend? Are these men threatening you?
Please, don't get involved with this. You don't know what they're like.
Then allow me to make some introductions. These are dangerous times in Orzammar, stranger. Lucky us, the merciful Jarvia is offering protection from the chaos. You're wearing some fancy stuff there. Might make you a target. So if you want the Carta's guarantee of safety, it's yours for the reasonable price of 10 gold sovereigns. Or I can't say what might happen.
Take a good look. Do you really want to start this?
Whoa, whoa. All right, you win. I'm not gonna die for 10 lousy sovereigns.
I just love it because Kevvin is like the least intimidating. Look at his face. We do have a stone golem behind us, so...
Ancestors, bless you for saving my poor store. I don't know how to express my gratitude.
What do you know about this Jarvia?
I've never met her, of course. They say she never leaves Dusttown. That's the older area of the city where the casteless congregate. She's the one directing this depravity. Since good King Endrin died, they're getting bolder. They used to be a problem only in Dusttown, but now they're in the commons, shaking honest men down for coin.
What do you know about Akata?
A band of casteless thugs. They're to blame for all the crime in Orzammar these days. They're criminals, and the children of criminals. The ancestors themselves declared them irredeemable.
Their children as well? You go that far?
Their births are abominations. They were born from no Kalna, with no acknowledgement by the Shapers. They are destined to be criminals. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm grateful for your help, but I don't think we have any more to talk about.
Well, maybe they wouldn't be criminals if you didn't treat them like shite. Ugh. If you treat someone like shit from their birth, they're gonna grow up treating others like shit. And it's your fault, it's your traditions that have done that.
Did you have something more pleasant you wish to discuss? I'm showing you the lowest prices I can afford, I assure you.
Okay, what's this guy got? Buy all the health. Buy the lyrium potions, buy the intricates. Buy some flasks. And some elf root. And a remarkable emerald. No, that's fine. I think we can sell. Not really. Spirit damage, no. It's another great sword. Oh, that's Sten sword, right, yeah. I'll sell the short bow, actually. I'll sell the metal kite shield. I'll keep him in shield. It's... well, it means quite a lot, doesn't it? Right, is that it? Okay. We're going back to Dusttown anyway to have a look for the guy that stole the stuff from the Shapers. So we might run into the Carter there.
Yes, Warden. What is it? Yes, you...
We've already talked to that guy in the last episode. I'll go back into the tavern as well, I think. Alright, a couple of missions in here.
What are you looking at, stranger?
Oh yeah. It's this dick. I remember. Are you Ordell?
I could be. What business is it of yours?
Again though, like... I don't want her to go back to these arseholes, but she might die. If not. Yeah, she'll probably die otherwise. Ugh. If you don't take Zelinda back, she'll die.
What? You think she'd die just to keep that thing? She knows what she has to do to come home. I never wanted her gone. Just the little cur. Can't she see she'd have a better life if she got rid of it?
Bloody hell. I think we can thank the heavens that Kevvin is not a misogynist. He's a baby, not a cur. She loves him.
Look, just tell her... we never meant to hurt her. It just seemed best that... oh, just tell her to come home. Her mother and I are waiting for her.
The Lord is here.
I wasn't expecting you back. I guess you realize this is about the only fun in Orzammar?
Yeah, I remember this guy. What do you think of the candidates for king?
I doubt either candidate has been outside the Diamond Court in his life. But Lord Harrowmont seems a bit more forgiving. Prince Bhelen's brilliant, I'll give him that. And subtle as sin. But I don't think anything in Orzammar matters more to him than winning.
But again, that's about them as people. I want to know about their actual policies and what they want to change and keep the same. I have news. Harrowmont is double dealing you and Lady Dace.
Oh, well, I'd ask for proof, or why you care, but frankly, I'm so tired of it I'm not even surprised anymore. I don't even want the land, but my house would kill me if I turned it down. Responsibilities, you know. Now I'll have to go through the whole process of rejecting the deal. And they'll both have to try something else. And I thought it was going to be a nice day.
Why vote for Harrowmont if you didn't want the land?
I actually thought he was the better candidate. You must think I'm pretty soddy naive, huh? They're all the same, well-dressed, blood-sucking cave ticks. I'll have to inform Mother that Lord Harrowmont hasn't bought our vote after all.
We haven't even really met them both yet. It's weird that we have to choose, like, almost one or the other, it seems, but we haven't really been given enough insight on either of them. I feel like it would have been nice to know a little bit more before going all in on one of them. I know we can do both, but it's clear how this is going to work. Whoever we help more is going to get the most votes. And fighting in Harrowmont's name seems like we're just going to get completely locked out of the other side. I think my Xbox just crashed. What? Oh my god, no, what happened? Let's update? I couldn't give a... Oh my god, piss off, Xbox. I don't care about your update. Do consoles usually interrupt you in the middle of playing a game to ask for an update? God, okay, that... Wow. Yeah, sod that.
Andraste teaches that
There's another
patience
nug
is
around
the
there.
child of wisdom, but I'm eager to hear if you've seen the Shaper.
You agreed to let you hold prayer meetings.
Oh, praise the Maker! You truly walk in the light, friend. I already found a convert among the merchants who offered his shop as a temporary chantry. It's just by the tapsters. Please, come to our first service.
Cool. Got another one? I'll head to Dust Town, I think, while I'm here. Might be able to grab one more nug. Obviously not from that pile of dead ones that we saw. I think they were dead anyway. Right, we still need to go and sort out the shipment for him.
Didn't get enough of the architectural beauty of Dust Town? You need old Nadezda?
I'm just looking for information about the candidates at the minute. Probably not going to get it here.
You're back. I thought you weren't coming. What did he say?
Your father wants you both to come home.
Both of us? I don't believe he said that. I've never heard him refer to my son as anything but trash. He calls him it. But maybe Mother convinced him. Or you did. Oh, my friend. I cannot thank you enough. If this were a story, my son would grow to manhood and pledge himself as a knight in your service. When he grows up, I will send him to you. I promise.
Yay! Can't wait.
If I were tall and beautiful like you, I could make all sorts.
I guess I should explore some of these houses then, in case that thief we're looking for is in one of these, because this house was suspiciously devoid of anything. Like, on first glance, I can't see anyone here with bald hair and tattoos.
That Jarvie is a dangerous one.
Oh, hello. Here he is.
What do you want, Warden? You're out of your element down here.
What makes you think I'm looking for anything?
I'm no fool. Nobody just wanders around in Dust Town. You're here looking for me, and I don't like it. You've walked into a sodding fight, Warden, and I've already passed your stupid tome along. Too bad for you.
Okay, that dude put up not much of a fight. Proving receipt. A losing betting receipt crumpled in anger. These are only printed in the proving grounds. Right. Thief didn't have the stolen tome. The receipt on his body suggests that he may have passed it to someone in the proving grounds. Well, I'm not allowed down there yet. Until I pledge myself to one of the lords, I don't think. So, great. Right, go back to the Nug guy, and then I think we're going into the deep roads. Pretty much. Which I'm a little unnerved about, considering they said it's filled with Darkspawn. Nice. Right, we've got 3 now. Surely he's happy with that. Kevvin, no keeping one in your pocket, okay? Give them all back to the guy. We could go into the proving grounds. We could try and go in without pledging ourselves, see what happens. Because I don't think we've been across that bridge.
Go on, I'm out of the nug game. Got nothing to sell.
I've got a nug for you here.
Saraka, I'm back in the game. Such as it is. I don't have much besides gratitude, but find a bunch more of these and I'll toss you whatever I've found. You're the best wrangler I've ever seen, but there's more out there. You're the best wrangler I've ever seen, but there's more out there. I trust Vala, my nug wrangling friend.
That's a bit, not a lot, is it really? I worked hard to find those nugs and to not keep them for myself. So.
Good day to you.
So I take it you did not enjoy your Templar training?
That's directed at me, I take it.
Do you see any others about who have failed at their religious instruction?
I didn't fail, I was recruited into the Grey Wardens.
And if you had not been recruited, what would have happened instead?
I would have turned into a drooling lunatic, slaughtered the Grand Cleric, and run through the streets of Denham in my small clothes, I guess.
Your self-awareness does you credit.
I thought you'd like that.
And here we are once again, on a bridge. Banter only gets triggered on bridges, clearly. On dwarven propriety. Was it this? I don't... That's not what the document was called. I don't know. The codex is possibly the most confusing codex I've ever experienced in a game. I don't know what I just picked up. It might have been that. Okay, let's leave it. Proving. Wow. Fix a grading. Thief in the House of Learning. Okay, you see here. You see a look. Yeah. Any insight I can get?
This is so Bloodsport entertainment for the masses at its best.
Any insights I can get on any of the candidates, please? Varric? That... No, it's spelt differently, right? That's not Varric from Inquisition. Dude, I would have lost my shit. No, his name's spelled differently, I'm pretty sure.
Watch for Piotr Naidukin. He's won the squad combat 4 years running. He has 11 decapitations so far. He needs just 3 more for the one-season record.
I guess you've watched a lot of provings then.
Front row seats at every grand proving since my father took me on his shoulders. Name's Varric. I got a controlling interest in a mine off the old Roostin Tig. But my backers know not to hand me a pick any day there's blood on the stone, if you know what I mean.
So the proving is just a tournament?
Sure. Like King Endrin was just a noble. A proving is a sacred art. Any dispute brought to the proving round is settled by the ancestors' decision, and no one can protest it.
What are the rules?
They change from round to round. Sometimes it's bare hands, sometimes weapons, sometimes pairs or squads. It's announced when the fight begins. That's about all the warning anyone gets.
Have you ever fought in one?
Me? Are you out of your mind? I'm a miner, not a warrior. I'm telling you, Piotr will take the prize. You can put gold on it.
If this guy pulls out a giant crossbow, I'm gonna lose my shit. What is going on? Jesus. Do you have to prove yourself against Satan? Maybe just wind blowing through the tunnels. That's what I'll... That's my headcanon.
Good day, stranger. Welcome to the proving arena. We're still closed until the fighters make their preparations, but come back this afternoon if you want to watch the show.
What show?
Prince Bhelen called a citywide proving this afternoon to honor King Endrin's memory. All the best fighters in Orzammar will face each other in sight of the ancestors and win honor for their champions.
Sounds like fun. I'll come back then.
Enjoy our grand city.
Right, so we're not going to be able to compete without pledging ourselves, it looks like.
If you're looking for seats, speak with a guardsman.
Bhelen's definitely fielding a stronger team.
I can't wait to watch Piotr fight.
That is crazy. Why is no one talking about that sound? What is going on? And then it stops, look. Oh, that is wild.
Do not disturb me. I must meditate before my fight.
Okay.
We have nothing to talk about, Warden. I haven't done a thing. Coin for the man who takes
right.
Cone of Cold, ideally not on everyone. Okay, do it there. See, that's what I mean about the strategy of this. I couldn't get the others to sort of move out of the way there because she casts it automatically. I would have liked to have highlighted an enemy, pressed it so that she's about to cast it, and then switched to another character to sort of move them out of the way or something. But there's no... You can't pause it and assign things to each character. It unpauses it immediately. You can only do one action at a time. I don't know if that's just because I'm on Xbox or what, but it feels like there's... It takes out the strategy of that. See, look, like if I want him to move out of the way there, and then I want to get her to cast a spell, and I want to get Shell to do a skill, you can't. If you press him to move over there, it immediately unpauses. And he doesn't even stop attacking. Look, can I not command characters to move? If I get him to move over there, and then switch to a different character, they don't, there's no... How do you strategize in this game? You can't... You've got to do one action at a time, it just immediately unpauses it. That's what sort of confuses me about trying to be strategic in this. And I know it's not completely turn-based, but there's a turn-based element to it, but yet it feels like there's no strategy to pausing it. The pausing is just to sort of pause the action. I don't know. Right, I've got the book back. Return the tome to the Shaper. You could return it to Shaper Assistant Mildred if you wish. If you wish? Why can I, like, sell it instead? Doesn't look like it's going to my... Or is it here? A volume of Orzammar history focusing on the relationship between ancestor lineage and the granting of mining permits in the Dead Trenches is not supposed to be removed from the Shaper. What else would I do with it, though? You can return it if you wish.
You looking at something? Get out of here!
Nice armor. Greetings. I'm Kevvin of the Grey Wardens.
Don't take it personally. Hanashan's a member of the Silent Sisters. She doesn't talk to anyone.
What are the Silent Sisters?
They're an order of female warriors, founded by Astith the Grey, a woman of the warrior caste who first fought for women's right to be soldiers. When no one listened to her words, Astith cut out her tongue and dedicated herself to training until she won a grand proving bare-handed. The women who joined her order cut out their tongues in her honor.
Whose side are you two on?
The Silent Sisters support the sitting king. They are loyal servants to the Idukans.
But there is no king. They're servants to the Idukans, so that she means Bhelen? Then may both our efforts triumph.
May the ancestors choose their champion wisely.
I think that's what she means.
Ancestors watch over your path.
But the king himself is the one that chose Harrowmont to be, so I'm not quite... I'm a bit confused who she's supporting there exactly.
Fine to see you here, Warden. A number of people have told me they hope to see you in the provings. It's a rare opportunity to fight against someone so exotically trained. In fact, a few were hoping you'd take part in some informal action.
Exotic is one word for it. I'm game. What do you have in mind?
Say the word and I'll line up a team from one of the younger houses. They don't often get a chance to test themselves in the provings. They're a hungry bunch who employ unusual tactics. Understand that there's no concern for fairness here. Your battles will be hard won.
Who am I facing and what do I get for it?
The younger houses are interested in unorthodox tactics. Many hire mercenaries to augment traditional strengths. Anything goes is a fair description. We give small payouts, maybe a bonus from time to time, But this isn't about money. It's about skill and the chance to show it.
Set me up with a team battle.
We've got some young fighters ready to go. This will be difficult, I assure you.
Then I probably should have saved. Go for the mage. God, blood mage, yeah, talk about dirty. Dirty tactics. Nice little stun there. Shale, yeah, she has taunted. Okay, you do that to hopefully stun that. Did that stun anyone? Maybe? Nice. Everyone being frozen, that's what I like to see. I will do a crushing prison on that guy. Did that work? Oh. Not only did it not shatter him, it didn't even work, it looks like. Yeah, he resisted it. Okay. Nice. Okay, you do a stone regenerating burst. I think that did something. Okay, you heal Alistair, never mind. Got no MP. See, like, what I would like to do now is get her to heal him and him drink a potion at the same time, but I can't do that because I can only do one action at a time. He's dead. Nice, level up, good. I want Morgan to level up because I want to get the revive spell. Really need that.
Good job, Warden. You've earned a portion of the receipts. Let me know if you want to go again.
Okay, so we did get XP for that.
I'll be here.
Cool.
Yes.
A net loss of injury kit, but we're getting a level up and some XP. Cool. I am going to invest in... I think it's going to have to be more health. Can't beat having more health, really, can you? I will get improved stealing. Because I play as him most of the time, I don't need to focus on... what's it called? God, I'm having a blank. Tactic slots, that's it. Right, we've got Feigned Death. The rogue collapses at enemies' feet, making them lose interest and seek other targets. Rogue has a keen eye for weak spots and thus gains a bonus critical chance for all attacks. If the rogue's cunning score is greater than strength, Sharpness of Mind lets the character use a cunning modifier to affect attack damage in place of the strength modifier. That sounds really good. Exploit a target's weak points. During a successful backstab attack, the assassin gains additional damage based on cunning. Okay, those are really good. If cunning is higher than strength, which of course it is. Right, well that makes me want to put more into cunning then. 2 in cunning and 1 in health. Right, lethality or another assassin skill. One in 5 chance of evading physical attacks does sound really good. What else can we work towards? Whenever a backstab deals enough damage, the assassin's foe is riddled with bleeding wounds that inflict additional damage for a short time. Okay, these all sound really great. And they're all passives as well, which I love. Stamina is restored when the assassin fells an opponent with a backstab. So we get bonus critical chance for all attacks, and if the gun score is greater than strength, which it is, then the cunning modifier will affect attack damage in place of strength. Well, my strength is quite low, so that just sounds like a good skill to get, to be honest. That is just additional damage on backstabs, but I don't always have chance to do backstab. This is all attacks, so I'm going to get lethality. Sounds awesome. Morrigan isn't too far away from a level up, so that's fine. Let's go down the bottom then. Is that just someone who's hungry or what? Sounds like they've got the world's biggest demon hanging out underneath them. Story of the Provings. Valos Atreidum in the oh, okay, I don't want to read this without rumbling. It's still there. The rumbling is still there. It's like it's glitched or something. What is going on?
This is a private area. Combatants only.
On dwarven propriety. Keeps taking me to that. Is it that that's been updated? Why not show me what's been updated though? Okay, I'm gonna have to read it with this rumbling in the background. It's a bit much. It's a bit distracting. Valos Atreidum, in the 23rd year of the reign of King Ragnan Educan, an old man of the servant caste was accused of stealing a sapphire ring from his employer Lord Dace. The servant was stripped of his position, he and his family thrown to the streets, and soon after the servant died. The son of the disgraced servant challenged Lord Dace to a proving, declaring that his father had been the victim of a cruel injustice, and the ancestors will bear him witness. Lord Dace had no choice but to accept. On the sacred stone of the proving ground, the nobleman faced the servant boy. Lord Dace carried a sword and crafted for his own hand, and was clad in his great-grandfather's armour. The servant boy had neither armour nor weapon. When the battle began, the boy fought like a whole pack of angry deep-stalkers, flinging himself upon the startled lord, wrenching the sword from his hand, and prying at his armour with bare fingers. The boy knocked Lord Dace to the ground and beat him until the lord begged for mercy. The boy and his family were reinstated to their place in the Dace household, and the virtue of the boy's father was not questioned again. The ancestors had spoken, and no one would question their word. Wow, that is a really good story, actually. I do like that, though. That his son was able to prove them. You know what I mean? Because if it was a corrupt system, they would have still favoured the Lord and the rich, but at least they went with the winner, you know what I mean? They actually reinstated them and stuff.
Go away. I don't talk to admirers until after the fight.
Admirer?
Guards, remove this intruder.
No guards here, mate. Right, this is the guy they're all hyping up. We can't talk to him. It's getting louder. This is a dead end. Okay. Where are we going now then? I'll return the tome to him. And then I think we're gonna have to go to the deep road. That's where the rest of our quests are. So I wonder if it maybe fighting as the Lord Harrowmont's champion, the fact that we can do that now is the game's way of pushing us towards doing that and siding with Harrowmont, but I don't have enough information about either of them, and that sounds like I'd just be I'd be taking one side and I wouldn't be able to even see the other one, so... We're gonna go to the Deep Roads, I think, and pursue the Prince's quest
Tell me
and
something, Morrigan. Did you live there in that forest your entire life?
I left
everything
on
else.
occasion, but I always returned. Why? Is that so strange? It was my home.
But it was just you and your mother there. No one else.
Mother occasionally had company.
What? Company? Do I even want to ask?
No, you really don't.
It should probably turn into a dragon as well. And all that kinky stuff. Diamond Quarter. And then to the Shaper. I got another nugget, didn't I?
You're the best wrangler I've ever seen.
Only 12 silver is really stingy. I'm saving your job here, your livestock, your style, your lifestyle even.
Can you believe it? Ogren's barely even warrior caste anymore, and he just clomps in here like he's entitled.
Who is Ogren?
Ogren's a drunken wretch. He comes up here 2-3 times a week, hounding people to lead some suicidal rescue mission after Branca. Gets quite violent about it. I'd be scared if they hadn't practically gelded him after he killed young Lord Mino.
The only thing I took from that was that he was an alcoholic. Can he join my party, please? Because I've got a lot of alcohol that I need to give away. What happened?
All Mino's son said was how unlikely it was that a bunch of smiths would return safely from the deep roads. Which is true. Ancestors preserve us. That's what the warrior caste is for. But Ogren claimed it was an insult to a paragon. Next thing, they're in a duel to first blood to defend Branca's honor. Then Ogren starts screaming and runs him through.
Wasn't the duel to first blood?
It was a huge scandal. Ogren should have been executed, but he'd won honors in the deep roads. Instead, they stripped him of all weapons and forbid him from engaging in fights within city limits. If he breaks the decree, he'll be exiled.
Why does Owen care so much about Branca?
She's still his wife, isn't she? Even if she took their entire house into the deep roads and abandoned him.
Branca was married to that drunk?
Well, before she was a paragon, she was just a smith. And Ogren was one of the best warriors of his generation.
Why did Branca go into the deep roads?
Chasing some old treasure. She was quite secretive. Outright rude, really. She said she never asked to found a house, that she didn't care about politics, and that we were too self-absorbed to defeat the Darkspawn. She actually threatened anyone who said they'd come after her.
How should she become a paragon?
She invented a smokeless fuel that let the smith caste increase their output by nearly 1/3. Deaths from the Black Lung also dropped. The Assembly said she had the favor of the ancestors and declared her a paragon. They moved Branca, Ogren, and all their relatives to the noble caste and founded a new house in her name.
What were you and Ogren arguing about?
It's been 2 years since Branca left. No one has ever stayed in the deep roads that long and survived. The search teams who went out found nothing, but Ogren wants to keep risking lives searching.
You should leave before you start complaining about me too.
If you see any guardsmen, tell them Ogren was at it again.
Right, that's another thread to take into the deep roads. Was this guy always here or did I just miss him? I think I might have just missed him. Okay, my bad if he was here this whole
I hope
time.
the assembly picks a king soon.
Or maybe I could only just talk to him now? I don't know.
You have come at a difficult time.
Lord Bhelen suspected of personally defacing statues of the Paragons. Shocking allegations abound.
See, that's an issue, isn't it? If he does want to get rid of traditions and change the place for the better, what if he's just doing it for his own sort of like personal sort of petty revenge, you know, like he just hates the whole system and wants to bring it down. He doesn't actually want to create a better system in place of that. What if his only goal is to tear it down and not to build something better? That would be a a concern. But we don't know.
I hope you'll support Lord Harrowmont.
Grey Warden arrives in Orzammar, most likely to pay respects to the rightful king, Prince Bhelen.
You found it. Warden, you have my gratitude. You're a bright spot in an otherwise dark time.
Did I get anything? Maybe all of this will count towards something story-wise later, like maybe we have the final say, and because we've done all these favours for people, we'll have more clout? Maybe? Otherwise, what the fuck was the point of doing that?
Ah, you return, Warden. Is there more you would know from Orzammar's memories?
Could you look at these promissory papers for me? Promissory.
These are Harrowmont lands promised here. But these are not the deals we approved at the Shaperit. Where did you get these?
Are we just going all in on Bhelen? I feel like... Well, I don't know. If I I know I keep saying this, but if I become Harrowmont's warrior in the Proving, I can't imagine I'll be able to do any of Bhelen's quests. So I feel like I want to go down Bhelen's route until there's a seeming sort of point of no return, and then we'll make a choice there. I just don't know enough about either of them to really commit. But on that note, while we're doing the missions for either side, we might as well go all in on them, I feel like. Let's go all in. Why not? We'll play both sides as long as we can, and then we'll make a choice. In Lord Harrowmont's personal library.
If you wish, you can make your words as false as the documents you bear.
Shite. The papers are forged?
Not entirely. There were 2 promised deals, but their terms differed significantly from what is presented here. It appears the scripter altered the dates and locations of the agreements to make them identical.
What do you know about Vartag Gavorn?
The Gavorn family is a minor one, founded when a daughter of the Ferelden house married down to a warrior caste man. Her brother died, leaving her family heirless. So the assembly granted him a new family name and allowed him to adopt his daughter's children as heirs. Vartag Gavorn is on record asking the assembly to bar Harrowmont from King Endrin's sick room. He is a vocal supporter of Prince Bhelen.
Can you tell me anything about Prince Bhelen?
The prince consulted me before his father died. He wanted to know about King Bimo, the last king to rule during a blight. I told him Bimo made many changes during his rule. The assembly was even disbanded for a 2-year period. Bimo declared that, in times of war, the warrior caste answered directly to the king and all voting was suspended. Bhelen seemed quite interested.
Do you get to vote on the next king?
The Shaperit do not vote. We simply record history as it happens.
But you have a preference for king?
I cannot speak my opinions. History can be changed with a careless word.
Is it true you're related to Harrowmont?
He is a kinsman, yes. If you count to the 6th degree of remove, I am related to every noble lineage still represented in Orzammar. I can even trace my descendant directly to House Sigmund, which lost its tie to the Darkspawn 13 generations ago.
Thank you. I need to have words with someone.
You are an outsider, Warden, but not outside the law. I hope you will not do anything to challenge the stability of Orzammar.
I mean, it doesn't surprise me that they'd cheat. Bhelen is obviously willing to play dirty. I don't have to like any of them. I don't have to like any of them as people. I just want what's best for Orzammar. I want what's best for Orzammar as a system, as a culture, and I want whoever's going to be strongest to help us fight the Blight. I don't think judging them by people is worth it at this point.
Well, have you found Lady Dace and Lord Helmy?
I talked to the Shaper of Memories. These papers are forged.
Forged? Well, naturally they're forged. There is no legal way for Harrowmont to sell the same land twice over, is there?
Tell me where you really got these.
You want to know how the game is played? I wrote the papers and left a sizable fee with the registry office to back them. But if you think figuring it out gets you off the line, you don't understand how this works. I'm asking for a show of loyalty, so exactly how much truth is involved shouldn't matter in the slightest. Now, where does your allegiance lie, Warden?
disgusting frauds and cheating, and I hate it. But to be honest, there's a much bigger picture here. It doesn't really bother me that much. Does that sound bad? If Bhelen wants to change things and alter the system, it hasn't changed my opinion on him, to be honest. I still don't know enough about either of them, that's the problem. I serve only myself.
If you cannot support my prince, do not expect him to serve you. If you change your mind, you know what you must do to earn his indulgence. Well, have you found Lady Dace and Lord Helmet?
Okay, we still have a chance to do the mission. Dudley wants me to champion Harrowmont in the Proving.
If you do, there can be no further business between us.
Yeah, there.
Now,
see?
Is there more you need before you commence your search?
I'd be locked into Harrowmont if I served in the Proving for him, and I know absolutely nothing about him or his policies or anything, so I can't lock myself into doing that. What exactly do you want me to do?
Harrowmont tried using the same plot of land to buy the votes of both Lady Dace and young Lord Helmi. I have the promissory notes to prove it, but neither of them would listen to any. As a neutral party, you could present the evidence and convince them Lord Harrowmont plans to cheat them. I'm asking you to deliver a message, not enter marriage negotiations. Now, are you going to help or not? Don't bother me again without...
Okay, like I said, my main concerns are that Bhelen just wants to alter tradition and be progressive and stuff for his own selfish, like, revenge almost against the system and stuff, and he just wants to tear it all down because of how he's been treated and that. That will be a big worry. Maybe Harrowmont is the better guy, the more sort of noble candidate and the one who's playing fair, but he might not want to change anything. He might not want to change anything, or he might not be stronger than Bhelen is, or both, you know? The system here has to change, and the game is really making that clear. We're really being highlighted how awful the system is to most of the people involved in it, and I clearly think there has to be a change. I need to know more about them both, basically. Right, let us go around this corner then, and head towards the deep roads. Which is quite a scary thought, eh? Because they really built this up. Maybe we'll get to talk to that guy that he mentioned earlier, the alcoholic. Because he said he was gathering parties to help search for Branka. Okay. Got another nug. Mine's Commander.
What's this? An elf? I'm sorry, but I cannot allow you past the front lines without Adesha's permission. And I've heard nothing of any new patrols scheduled to leave today.
It's Sully, again. Why do you need patrols?
Don't let the comm fool you. The Darkspawn are down there, aren't they, Commander?
Either we finally have the edge, which I doubt, or the beasts are building up numbers for the next attack.
Actually, they've made their move on the surface.
The surface? But I thought the vermin never went up that far except
during blights. Ancestors save us if that's what's happening.
Yeah, why do you think I'm here? What do you know about the Paragon Branka?
What anyone knows. She went out there with her entire house and she's never coming back.
You don't think maybe she's still there, Commander? She is a paragon, after all.
And now she's an ancestor. No one lasts 2 years in the tunnels.
Are Darkspawn the only danger in these tunnels?
Of course not. Down here, you're bound to run into giant spiders, deep stalkers, and other vermin.
Giant spiders, eh? What, Morgan's cousins are down there?
Ugly beasts they are. Walk on 2 legs, but they have the head of a worm and hunt in packs. Watch out. They're not afraid to take on a group their own size.
Are there no dwarves past this point?
A few outposts. Legion of the Dead, mostly. Fools that they are. Some scavenger types, too.
Yeah, we read about those. Legion of the Dead?
It's an independent company of soldiers. They accept no command but their own. Anyone who can bear arms can join, no matter his crimes or sanity. They hold a funeral when they join and swear their only goal is a glorious death.
Will you let me pass?
Into the deep roads? Not without a full unit of soldiers to back you, my friend. Or a Desher's permission to risk yourself. Orzammar can't afford to lose its citizens or honored guests on casual visits to the deeps.
I have permission from Lady Dace.
I see her seal there. Well, the roads are yours. But be careful. Just because the beasts have pulled back from Orzammar doesn't mean there are any fewer in the deep roads. Either we finally have the edge, which I doubt, or the beasts are building up numbers for the next attack.
I should go.
Best of luck.
We're going then? I guess we are. Cut to Kalsharok. On the loss of Kalsharok from the Dwarven Empire. 1155 of the Tevinter Imperium will be known as a year of painful decisions, but we cannot waver. The threat we face is the greatest we have known. If we are overrun, all trace of the ancestors' glory will be undone. Orzammar must stand, and it must stand alone. Hormak, Kalsharok, Gundar, we have lost contact, and must assume they are lost to the Horde. We must seal the weakest link in our defence, the deep roads that lead to our fallen brethren. I have ordered our finest demolitionists to place the charges. I ask that each of you think of those we have lost. They served as the warning that spurred us to action, and I know the stone will embrace them. They are the foundation of our survival, and they will not be forgotten. Proclamation by High King, 3 stone, 200 years Kalsharok lives, you stone-forsaken deep lords. There is no greater hatred than a brother at your throat. I might have read this top back then. I think that at the bottom might have been added later. Oh my god, it gets its own map? Christ, wow, I did not expect that. Oh, this is exciting actually. Once home to Orzammar's most powerful clan, this Theg's loss was a great blow to the dwarves. Okay, I feel like I should end the episode then and save all this for the next one. But I'm kind of excited to dip my toes in, peek my head in. Oh, you know what? How big is this area going to be? Okay, let me have a think. We're going to press on for a little bit. So we're just here to look for Lady Dace's husband's patrol. No, her father, sorry. Yeah, her husband died, right. Her father. Is this where he is? Or is he even deeper into the deep roads? That is some nice damage. That is nice. Kev, what are you doing? Damn, Kevvin is definitely my best damage dealer now. Which is great. I'm really glad about that. Yeah, he can do some damage. He's not quite the most, like, diverse party member. He sort of just get behind them and go to town. But, yeah, a lot of damage. Just gotta make sure that all the other enemies are distracted. Right, we can't go in there because it's lava. Maybe Shale could go through the lava? I don't know. How does your rock work? Shale.
Darkspawn. They just crop up everywhere.
I just realised we could also leave and go to the camp if we wanted at any time, because we get access to the world map from the underground Deep Roads map. Okay, just... I was looking around to see if there was any mages, but... Careful, everyone. No, not rejuvenate. No, don't come off the pause. Even if you press back, it unpauses it. This game does not want me pausing. Okay, well, I don't want to jinx anything, but we're doing okay so far. I know we're only 2 fights in, but we're doing good damage and people are surviving, so... yeah, I've got decently high hopes. This place, a black runestone. Who wants runestones? Alistair, do you like runestones? I think you might have to like runestones, because I need to get your approval up.
Is that for me?
Nice.
Really?
+6. You're very welcome.
Wow!
Alright, buddy. I've actually got my 3 lowest approval party members here, actually, which is so ironic, because we've been with Morrigan and Alistair for the whole game, and... well, Shale, she doesn't like anyone, really, but... I mean, Morrigan was high before we ended things with the last episode, but it's still surprising to me that Alistair is still so low, considering we've had him in the party for the whole game, and... yeah, it's surprising. Oh no, not lyrium dust, don't get addicted, Kevin. A bag of limbs. A codex for something called an asunder. The ritual's very specific, as such things probably should be. Torso, head and limbs spread amongst the deep roads to prevent the creature from returning. Looks like they died during the cutting, but we can fulfill the last part in their stead. I'm not familiar with elven ritual, why would I be, but it seems pretty straightforward. Never even saw the thing, but a sword would take care of it. Sod it and this bag of legs. Cool. Right, which way are we going? This way. No. Guys, hurry up, I need some help. Oh damn, that's crushing prison he's put. Well, how about... who did she heal? Shite. There was nothing I could do there because her heal hadn't come back. I could have group healed, but... right, let's try and get a cone of cold off before all our other party members rush off. Nice. Hell yeah. Right, and now I want to do a crushing prison on this Genlock emissary and hope it works.
It's your time to die.
What? Did she even attempt it? What happened there? He must have been immune to it, but I didn't see anything that said he was immune. Okay. It's a bit of a shame. God damn, man. Health is just draining. Right, use a lyrium potion. I'm just gonna cone of cold this guy, because he's annoying me.
I see.
Right, now I need to heal Alistair.
I shall do it.
Okay.
You need help?
That was a close one. Kevin died through No fault of his own, really. I had to rush in there and get stuff done, and then he got imprisoned. Sorry. Right, now, you know when I'm like at trying to spot which is the way to go? I'm usually bad at it. Hello? Is it just going to be genlocks in this whole place? Oh, and Herlocks, my bad. Oh man, that's a lot of... I've got to go straight for the emissary, but I'm just sort of rushing into danger when I do that. Yeah. Okay, you're going to have to taunt. You do... What's the one that calls enemies? Yeah, everyone go for Shale if you can. I'm telling you to do something, and how are they knocking down a stone golem so easily like that? Drink. I know she's getting... I know, I'm just trying to deal with these so that they're not distracted by these. Fuck! Alistair, drink. Drink. Okay, what can Shale do? Nice. Shale's damage is honestly quite shit. I know he's she's on a more tanky kind of mode, but you'd think it'd be better than 20s and 30s. Defensive talents, and yet not really. She still dies quite quickly. Okay, these two need injury kits.
Yes.
Very well.
Luckily, I've got plenty of them.
And done.
Right, we can't get up there. It's a pretty big room, though. Yeah, I don't know which is the way to go anymore. There might all be ways to go. I'm going to save the game, actually, because I don't want to do those fights again. I'm just saving over random saves now. If I have to go back previously, then I won't be doing that. I won't be loading a save. We're sticking with our choices, okay? The saves are just for if I die. Or if I miss something massive, we might want to go back and see an alternate. Wow, outcome or something. Okay, I'm going to sit here and wait for them all to come to me, because it's not good when Kevvin rushes headfirst into danger. There's no point putting a mark of death on them, because they all look quite weak. What's Morrigan's biggest AoE? Is it just Cone of Cold? Might be worth getting her some more fiery skills. Okay, she has used Cone of Cold now. Do a Mind Blast then. I think that's just on one enemy, isn't it? Oh, that means she's lost her frost weapons as well. Right. There's no other buff she can put on. Okay, those were fine anyway. No need to panic. Got some frost rocks. Okay, the right side down here looks like it might just loop back round to the top path.
Beware these beasts.
Never mind. The one thing I'm not really looking forward to is if the Deep Roads is just one massive gauntlet of combat. Like, I hope there is big sections of story and stuff in this place. I hope it's not just like the Fade, where it's just constant combat back and forth, you know what I mean? Because those are the parts that start to sort of drain me and grate on me a little bit. I hope there's still some good breaks and story and that down here. At least we've got our party members this time. The Fade we were on our own, it was like 10 times worse, but the long sections of combat, when you're fighting the same enemies over and over again, do tire me out a little bit. But we'll see. I mean, she literally cast that right on top of me.
Yeah. Yes?
Like, that was pretty egregious. I saw her do it and everything. She just cast it straight on me that time. The game shouldn't allow them to do that. Because what's the point of having tactics like that? I know the point of the spell is that it's friendly fire, but she's literally casting it right in my face there. I'm gonna take that tactic off. I'll just do it manually. It takes a while to come back anyway, so I might as well just have it on manually. I'll leave the Crushing Prison one off as well. I'll do that manually because they take so long to come back.
It's done.
Okay, that wasn't really worth it just for 27 silver. That certainly wasn't worth it. Right, what's going on here then? Oh, that path has to be... Okay, that looks like it leads to a dead end, and that path down there... This doesn't, though. Where does this lead? Okay, it's just gonna be thousands of deep stalkers constantly, isn't it? Just if the Deep Roads is such a huge map with loads of different areas, like surely not all the stuff we've been sent down here to find is going to be in this area. I'm hoping that the patrol is going to be here so that we can get on to sort of choosing a prince, choosing a leader, I mean. Yeah, it's just gonna be the same enemies over and over again. Okay. A corpse. Our first corpse. First of many, I would imagine. So, I'm trying to recap everything that we're down here for. We've got to find the patrol. Find records of Orta's family in Ortan Thaig. That's not the Thaig we're in at the minute. We need to find the son. We also had mention of a guy called Ogrun, who's down here looking for Branka, which is also going to be one of the biggest plot threads, I would imagine. Oh, he's here, look. We picked the right path. Whoa. Can I look at the view for a second? Wow. Oh shit, they're fighting. They're alive. I'm glad they're alive. If you're wondering what's going on with my eye, my left contact is, I think it's dislodged or something. It feels weird. Yes, I have contacts in, by the way. I'm glad they're alive, at least. Heavy dwarven helmet. Dwarven massive armor gloves. Can Alistair wear any of these? What about the helmet? No, I'd rather have the +2 to all attributes. Definitely.
I've never seen deep stalkers so fierce. Now this is fun.
Oh, is that because I didn't talk to him? Right, let's talk to him before more spawn.
Careful. I don't think that's the last.
Okay. Never mind. Everyone got everything on that they need? Yeah. Let's try Shaylin pulverizing blows mode for a bit. I might have to switch her tactics actually. I just want her doing some damage, that's all. Yeah, let's put her on Scrapper for a bit. Because Alistair is a pretty good tank. Like, Alistair's main thing is being a tank. So let's see what she's like doing a bit of damage for the minute.
Careful. I don't think that's the last of them.
Well, are they spawning or not? Come on. What's going on? Hello? Is this a dead end anyway? Oh shit, I've wandered into more enemies now. Well, nothing's happening. If we go back and he's dead now, can you imagine? You ready to talk to me now?
Careful. I don't think that's the last of them.
What? Where are we going? Okay, there's something seriously wrong with my contact. I'm gonna have to take them out, I think. Holy crap. Okay, I'm back to being a nerd. We are back to glasses. I'm still very much in the breaking them in phase of the contacts. I've been wearing them for like a couple of weeks and they're mostly okay, but every so often stuff like that happens. It just dislodged itself for some reason. I just took them out, put my glasses back on. It's not an issue. Yeah, still getting used to them. What's going on with this guy? Why can't I talk to him?
Careful. I don't think that's the last of them.
Are you wanting me to clear out this whole place? Or what? Surely not, right? Because It's huge. What is going on?
You pulled us from a tight spot, friend. You have my gratitude. I am Lord Anwar Dace. So how does an elf come to be down here, anyway?
You should look at these papers.
I don't understand. What could... These are the terms of a deal we made with Lord Harrowmont, but... the charlatan. He's promised the exact same land to Helmy. Thank you for bringing this to my attention. I owe you twice now. My life and my house's fortune.
Will you tell your daughter not to vote for Lord Harrowmont?
We will certainly not support a man who would use my family like that. I will tell everyone I know what a wretched trick Harrowmont tried to play. I must return now. My men need healing and I want to look into this. You wish to travel with us?
You know what? Why not? We could always come back here after and finish exploring. I think there's only like 1 or 2 more paths to go. And I want to see what's going on here. Sure, safety numbers, right?
And let us reach Orzammar before more beasts find our scent.
Cool. Right, quest updated. That's only our first task for this guy.
Thank you for your service.
You have House Dace's thanks.
Okay, now we can just go back to the Princess guy, right? Return to Vartag. And then what's he going to ask us to do next? So, okay, I thought we were going to be in the deep roads for the long run. It seems like we've dipped our toes in and now we're back and we can go there a little bit later. We did only have access to one area, to be fair. I'm sure there's other branching paths in that, but there weren't any other areas to travel to, was there? Ambassador Gainley, the Trail of Crows. Right, I'm in the... Oh, there's another one there, look. How would I... Yeah, I can't split my party members up. I could tell them to hold their position, to be fair, but I need to find all those and maybe get them to all stand on them at the same time? I don't know. Weird. I'm sure it's something, though. I've actually forgot where the guy is. He was... Was he in the chamber assembly? Yeah, he is. My bad. Yeah, a couple of pressure plates that we can stand on to unlock something. I don't know.
Lady Dace just came through the quarter on a tear. She's telling everyone who'll listen what a leech and a liar Harrowmont is. Good job. So you were serious about wanting to help us. Are you ready to meet Bhelen now?
Apparently so. I think we're in it now. Of course. He sounds so charming.
I'm going to assume that wasn't sarcasm. I warned you, be on your best behavior, and keep your weapons sheathed.
Right, I was actually going to end the episode, but let's go.
I am impressed, Warden. Not many outsiders so quickly grasp Orzammar's rather convoluted politics. I am Prince Bhelen. Vartag told me of your efforts against the usurper who tried to claim my father's throne.
Look, you don't need to use all that talk against me, okay? I just want what's best for Orzammar. But aren't dwarven kings elected?
Traditionally, the king decides his successor. The assembly just says aye or nay. Kings have only ever selected someone outside their families if they were childless, or if their children lacked the capacity to rule. Or, as now, when someone tries using the assembly to pull a coup.
Why would Harrowmont think you couldn't rule?
Harrowmont spent his life in the assembly. He only knows how to lead through compromise and capitulation. That's not what Orzammar needs. The Darkspawn are massing for a blight. The land's topside have been torn apart. We need a strong leader now, someone who can stand up to the assembly, someone who will rule.
not persuade.
What would you do differently as king?
There is only one thing of importance when I take the throne. The Blight. We need absolute unity to fight against the fulcrum of true evil.
I mean, I like the sound of that. That is our main problem right now. I just wanna... I guess I'm looking to the future as well. That sounds like... What do you mean that sounds extreme? We do need unity. That's what I've said this whole time. I actually really quite agree with what he's saying so far. That's probably the way they're framing this. Like, Harrowmont is the better guy, the more noble guy, but his goals and ambitions for Orzammar just aren't really it. They're not really going to do anything, whereas this guy is kind of a dick, cheats, a bit of a fraud, but he has, you know, the better goals in mind. Then you'll honour your agreement with the Wardens?
Absolutely. And sworn on the mail of my ancestors as soon as Orzammar is united under my rule. Unfortunately, while this debate rages, I have no power to send the troops you need.
Of course, he could just be saying all this to butter me up.
Criminals run lawless. I could never hold the throne if I allowed such chaos.
He could just be saying all this to get us on his side. How can I help you take the throne?
You have struck a blow against Harrowmont already, and I thank you for that. But there is another faction in play here. Have you heard of a woman named Jarvia and the Carta of Criminals she runs?
I heard they're wiping the slate with your guardsmen.
They know Orzammar is divided now and has no time for them. It's made them bold. If I show the city I can eliminate such a threat, well, let's just say my position would be stronger.
Why haven't you been able to take her out before?
She is secretive, and is only the current leader of a group that has plagued Orzammar for years. They stay mostly in Dust Town below the city. Only casteless live there. They are too scared of reprisal to cooperate with guardsmen. And frankly, until my father's death, they only harassed their own kind. Now they attack honest citizens.
What do I get in return?
If you can eliminate them, I promise as king, I will send as many troops as you need to fight the Darkspawn. Unfortunately, I have little information on Jarvia. Her base of power is in Dust Town, the lowest part of the city, and my men have few sources there. Maybe the casteless will talk more freely with a stranger.
I mean, it's probably going to be behind that suspicious door, right? I'll look into it, that's all I can promise.
That's all I can ask. But I can be of no help until this problem is solved. And every minute we wait, more Darkspawn swarm into human lands.
I really like everything he said, to be honest, but of course he could just be saying that to butter us up. I want the opportunity to talk to Harrowmont first and get his side of it and try and get a judge on his character. But I don't know how we're going to get the opportunity to do that. Shit, the mission's gone. Yeah, the mission's literally gone, look. I'm actually not really a big fan of that. I get making a choice and sticking with one rather than trying to play both sides, but I haven't even been given anything for the other side. We become his champion and fight in the Proving, and then Bhelen turns against us. We pursue Bhelen's mission and Harrowmont turns against us, but I haven't even met either of them properly by that point. You failed to do so. Well, we're in it now, aren't we? I mean, we're with Bhelen, and we just gotta hope he's not too slimy and will actually keep his word. Damn, I really wish we could have gotten a gauge on Harrowmont. I feel like my only option would be to load the save and fight in the Proving and just get a gauge of his character, but if I'm going to do that, I might as well do that later on. I'm in it now. I'm going to stick with Bhelen. We've made our choice. We'll have to see what happens. I guess we're going to take out this Carter and the woman who leads it, and then we'll head back into the deep roads and go from there, I think. But we'll of course be doing that next episode. I am loving this place. I really am. It's really great, and feels very substantial so far, especially compared to some of the other areas we've been in. There's a lot to do here, clearly, and we've only scratched the surface when it comes to things like the deep roads. I'm very nervous to explore the rest of them, but also quite excited. So thanks so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye, guys.